way, our children can feel this way too. They can feel this way, especially what's going on nowadays, not being really able to hang out with friends, being stuck at home. Have you ever felt anxious or sad? Now, I think a lot of us have at some point in our life where, there's anxiety about what's happening, or situations at work or at home or financial situations. And these feelings of anxiety, fear, sadness can often leave us feeling isolated. In the book Playful Parenting by Lawrence Conan, he describes this perfectly, where he says he calls this the isolation chamber, where we feel these big feelings such as sadness and fear that we keep inside, and it puts us inside the chamber of isolation. And if we feel this way, our children can feel this way too. They can feel this way, especially what's going on nowadays, not being really able to hang out with friends, being stuck at home, not being able to do their regular activities that they were used to doing for a majority of their lives until up to this moment. So our children are no different. They can also feel locked inside the chamber of isolation, anxiety, fear, stress. So when our children are feeling this way, what can we do? What do our children need during this? And when our children are having a hard time, it's easy for them to feel like they're the only ones going through this struggle. And I think a lot of us have actually felt that way at some point in our life, where we feel like we're the only ones. And, maybe until we reach out, or someone reaches out to us, and we kind of realize, I'm not the only one struggling with this. But it's easy for our children to lose perspective that they feel like they're the only ones struggling, and they can feel alone, and they can lock themselves in that chamber of isolation. So what can be done? What can help our children during this? And one thing is, during these times when our children feel alone, or they feel like they're, the only ones going through this, they don't need lectures. They don't need to know that things are going to get better, even though they might, we might want to offer encouragement. But during these times, they don't need to be lectured on that life's going to work out, or life's going to get better, or anything like that. They need a friendly ear. They need someone to listen to their fears, their sadnesses, their frustrations, stress. They need someone to listen. They don't need lectures. And has there been a time in your life where you were feeling alone and someone just listened, and you were able to kind of just take it off your shoulders, take a deep breath, and then you felt like, okay, I got this. I can do this. So children don't need lectures when they're already feeling alone. I can kind of make them feel more alone when they're getting lectured on that things will be okay. They just need a friendly ear, someone to listen to them. You may even say, do you think anyone else is having a hard time with this? Or do you think any of your friends ever felt this way? This will help put things into perspective and help them kind of open up to the idea that they're not alone, and that they're not alone in this world, and that they're not alone feeling stress or anger or confusion, especially during this year. Confusion, big one that probably lots of kids are feeling. A lot of adults, a lot of us are feeling confused about what's going on, and we all need that friendly ear for someone to listen to. And as we provide this space. So we provide this space for our children to open up and to know that they're not going to be judged or shamed or blamed for the way that they're feeling, to help them start to unlock that door of isolation, start to welcome, start to open their eyes up to know that they're not the only ones struggling or feeling alone. And when we're, again, able to hold this space for them, we're accomplishing so many things. We're helping encouraging internal coping skills and just managing and coping through struggles, coping through challenging times. We're providing opportunities for an aha moment of, oh, you're right, my friend has felt this way, or okay, yeah, I can understand, I see that now. Opening up a different perspective so they don't feel like alone. You're helping them see a more balanced perspective, seeing that others struggle. Maybe share something like, I have felt fear, or I felt this way when I was younger too. Would you like to hear about it? Kids are curious. They might. I remember a time when I was even younger. I was like, no one feels the way I feel. I can't talk to anyone about it because I'm the only one who's ever experienced this feeling. And that's not the case. And when we open up to our children and ask, I have felt scared in my life when I was younger. Would you like to hear about it? Again, we're opening up that perspective that they're not alone, and that even my parents have struggled with this and what they did to get through it and how they coped with it and how they were able to get through feeling stressed and anxious. A big one that we can help our kids with when we're opening this different idea of perspective and that they're not alone is we're creating a bigger picture to help our children realize that there are similarities among all of us, among all human beings. And that can help our children foster sympathy or empathy and acceptance to someone else who may be feeling that, because they have felt it too in their lives. Another great thing is as we help our children process these give them coping skills and help them and be that good listening ear to, again, hear their stresses and their worries, we're also helping them to be and to learn how to be creators of their lives, to be creators of how they feel, and that it's okay that they feel anxious or sad in this moment, but as they cope through it and they have that listening ear and they have the space held for them to talk about what they're feeling, to express it and to kind of flush it out of their system almost, they will start becoming creators of their lives, creators on new situations, creators on how they want to handle stress and anxiety, instead of I'm the only one, instead of feeling alone or lost. They can have hope and faith by being creators of their life, knowing that it's okay to feel stress or sadness. It's okay for anyone to feel that way. And as we cope through that, as we work through it and know that we're not alone in this world, no one's alone. If you're feeling alone right now, you're not. I promise you. And your children aren't alone, even though they may feel like it, and we feel like it sometimes. It's okay. They can feel like that sometimes. But again, as we open up the doors to seeing new perspective, as we open up the isolation chambers, then we will be able to see that we're not alone. And we can find connections and friendships among other humans, other people that are feeling this way. So anyways, I just wanted to share this for my insights today. I felt really inspired to kind of talk about this, especially with what's going on I bet a lot of us, a lot of our children are feeling alone right now, really confused about what's going on. So be that listening ear, be that friendly ear to listen to their worries, their stresses, to their confusions about what's going on, and to help open that isolation door so that they can see a new perspective, and so that they can also find coping skills to know that they're not alone. So anyways, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, make sure you like and subscribe because there'll be more coming your way.